Thanks to my viewers, I've discovered the ad agency that was responsible for the Kent Cigarettes ads featured in the leaked ad training manual. Not even Lorillard could give me this information about who did the ads. But just as I had hoped, viewers had the information. Along with this info was the news of other brands whose ads were done by the same agency. Would any of these other brands be marketed with the same horrific techniques as Kent Cigarettes and Hiram Walker Whiskey? At the same time, I was emailed a text article from a 1988 issue of Spy magazine. This article detailed some of the ridiculous subliminals in the Newport cigarette ads, which were very similar to those in the Kent advertising. The ad breakdowns I'm about to read are from a 1988 Spy magazine article by John Leo. The proper way to decode a Newport ad is to ask yourself, what's wrong with this picture? In this case, it's the leaves falling on the man's head. No photographer in America would shoot the picture with a shutter speed so slow that falling leaves would blur. Unless, of course, the red and yellow leaves were meant to suggest the poor fellow's immolation. He's not afraid of leaves, his head is on fire. This might explain why he's wincing. Most women who drink from garden hoses usually do not do so when a man's nose is 3 inches away and the water is shooting out at 100 pounds per square inch. The water speed suggests danger. Clearly the poor woman has some unmet oral needs, or she would have given up Newports and power hoses by now. The hunched too close position of the male in an oral sex photo is the standard softcore porn way of suggesting that the sex is forced. In the past year, Newport ads have been killing off more males than females. Does research show that female smokers want more symbolically dead males? Or is it simply a fair-minded attempt to even the body count? People who ski rapidly into trees tend to be maimed. The sex and death theme is carried by the odd phallic demi-branch sticking out from the tree. This man is emitting a symbolic scream. The only sensible thing to do when a woman symbolically stomps on your private parts while you're unwisely spread eagle halfway up a tree. Suggestions of oral sex are ho-hum in fashion and advertising, but orgasmic fellatio scenes are still puzzlingly rare. Here a devoted girlfriend opens wide, apparently happy to have his machine go off at roughly the level of his crotch and her mouth. Obviously a trooper, she tries to catch as many of his precious bodily gumballs as she can. This male is surprising and delighting the female by plunging his hands into her pumpkin. Pumpkin plunging occurs frequently in the Newport universe. The male is scrunched down and doing something tense enough to make him grimace, while the woman is busy being finger-trapped. Man as penetrator and scorer. Woman as receptacle and target. The referee's shirt indicates she is neutral and safe, or would like to be. But the angle of the man's upcoming slam dunk indicates her imminent need for a reconstructed nose and a new set of teeth. As in other Newport scenes where disfigurement seems in store for a woman, the male is wearing the executioner's dark shirt. A merry seasonal rape scene. A girlfriend tries in vain to defend the victim, but the monstrous male, left over from familiar horror films, carts her off anyway. The smiling pumpkin is having a good time. His victim is wearing Newport's usual half-scream, half-grin. This photo has been shot and doctored to eliminate perspective and make the kneeling or sitting woman appear to be directly in the fire. The male's scarf hangs like a priest's amice, suggesting a religious or ritual burning, while his right hand seems to hold her down in the flames. Newport's own Joan of Arc. I'll read the next one even though I have not found the ad that corresponds to it. Thank goodness the alert art director has made the football jump out of the frame at the right. If he didn't, innocents might think it was a rape scene. How often, we might well ask, do men play tackle football with women? When they do, how often do they apply dangerous chokeholds to a relaxed female obviously out of the play? If it is a football game, why doesn't the tackler ignore the already choking line person and concentrate on the ball carrier? This may go to this ad. Oh, the impressed female seems to be saying, and why not? She is the guest at a private showing of what appears to be the largest condom in America. The proud owner wisely restrains her with an extra tight handhold. Now this is where it gets strange. In the end of the Spy magazine article, Leo tracks down the guy who shot the photos. His name is Joel Meyerowitz, a famous street photographer. Meyerowitz has gone on to publish a photo archive of the 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center, being the only photographer allowed onto the scene at Ground Zero immediately following the attack. I'm not sure what ad agency Joel Meyerowitz worked for, but he did say it was a small New York ad agency located at 666 Fifth Avenue. He has written 16 books and is an award-winning photographer. According to ClassroomTools.com, we need to focus on the facial expression of the characters. Many of the smiles are screams or nervous smiles. According to that website, this man has a nervous smile because his arrow, a phallic symbol, is going limp. Now I will add some of my own input. Some of the ads seem to show women doing sadistic things to men, such as this castration symbolism in this ad, while others depict male dominance violently or sexually. In this ad, we have a woman with the laugh scream being carried off. Then again, by an obvious psychopath character, the woman with a screaming impression. We have the nervous smile again in this ad, which appears to be a hostage crisis to me. Death is a reoccurring theme in these Newport ads, almost mocking us with their slogan, "Alive with pleasure." Here are a few others. You can decide for yourself if something is wrong with them. In this ad, it's clear to me the guy in the helmet is dead. For one, his eyes are closed. Her hand is coming from the top of his head, which only makes sense if he is laying down. The background is black. No sky because he's on the pavement. Look at the kiss. This is not a romantic kiss. This is a kiss like he just died in her arms. You only wear a helmet when you're doing something dangerous. I see no way that this person is not supposed to be dead. Someone else pointed out that the guy in the orange shirt here is subliminally holding a knife with an intense look directed at the brunette. How would you like walking out your door and seeing this guy? I usually try and point these out when I spot them. And finally, when I zoomed out on this one, I noticed a sex in the background. It seems likely to me that these same advertising techniques have been used over and over again by advertisers more than any of us knows of. Clearly we can see the mounting evidence that Lorillard Tobacco and other companies were, and I'm sure still are, experimenting with and using advertising tactics that prey upon the suppressed desires and fears that lurk behind our conscious front. To quickly summarize, some of the tactics used were the laugh or smile that's a scream, dead characters, people potentially being injured, sexual symbolism, and abduction and rape. According to Wikipedia, a lawsuit against Lorillard Tobacco alleged that in the late 1950s, company vans were used to make regular trips to housing projects where free cigarettes were given to children. Obviously, there are no ethics here. They will do anything in their power to get you to consume. If you want to know more about subliminal messages, watch my full-length documentary on YouTube, The Great Subliminal Message Deception. I show hundreds of subliminal messages, documents showing the advertiser's secret tactics, and the history of subliminal messages in a level of detail that has never been done before.